So, I'm not going to let myself get discouraged by anything that's happened in the past. This is a new day. So, welcome back to the channel. And just want to update you guys on what's been going on. There's been some okay things happening, I guess. Um, so, no, I haven't got my part-time bridge job yet. But since the last time we spoke, I actually heard back from one of the companies that I applied to. And interestingly enough, when I read the job description for that particular role, I thought this would be perfect. Like, I loved what I saw on their website. They seem to be very into their patients. I work in healthcare, if I haven't mentioned that before. And I love the way that they put a lot of thought into educating their patients on the website. I loved the job description as to what they were looking for. When I read the job description, I thought to myself, this sounds like the perfect part-time job for me. The crazy thing about it is there were like three jobs that were very closely aligned to what I currently do, and this was one of them. And I hadn't really heard anything back from any of them last week. And so I pretty much was going on to Indeed to archive the jobs. And as I was archiving the jobs, so I actually archived the jobs, the three jobs, because I was like, oh well, it's keeps saying that they're still interviewing. And I was like, every time I've had that to happen, eventually Indeed just comes back and says that you're probably not going to hear from this company. So I just thought that it was just going to be more of the same. So I went ahead and I archived all three of those jobs. And as I was getting ready to close out the app, I noticed that there was like this notification. Like there's a bell up in the upper right hand corner, and I think it was a one. And so I tap on the notification and I see a message from this company. So in this message, I guess they were asking some screening questions. I was so nervous because I was actually getting ready to work for the day at my job, and I wasn't, at the time that I saw the message, I wasn't able to respond. And plus, I was really nervous because I was like, I don't want to mess this up. I want to give some thoughtful considerations to these questions so that, I am able to put my best foot forward. So, a couple hours pass by, and eventually I go on my break, and then I answer the questions. So even though I'm excited about the fact that they reached out to me, I'm a little disappointed in myself because they actually emailed me on Wednesday with these questions. I did not respond until Friday, and that was because I didn't see the email message. And somehow or another, I don't really get notifications on my phone from Indeed, even though I thought I switched my notifications on to let me know, but somehow I missed it. But at the end of the day, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I didn't hear anything back from them. It looks like the status and on the on Indeed's portal is that they are still interviewing, and I'm just hoping that I'll at least have an opportunity to interview with them, because it seems like it would just be a great opportunity. The money is good, it is part-time, and from what I read, it seems to be very, very flexible. The one thing that I'm reminding myself in this job search is that you shouldn't get too attached to an opportunity. I don't even want to get attached to a job. So I am trying to train myself to not get so attached to an opportunity, no matter how great that opportunity seems. Because even if I were to get the job and the position, we have to be realistic, that, uh, anything can happen on a job. I had a job that I loved dearly, back in 2020, and you guys remember what happened in 2020. And because of the state of the world at that time, I was reassigned. My position was phased out. And when that happened, it changed something in me. And I decided that I would never, ever, ever get overly attached to another job. And so going into the position that I have now, I'm really happy that I had that lesson back in 2020, because I'm not overly attached to the company that I'm with. I'm also not going to get overly attached to a prospective company that I'm possibly going to be interviewing with. Who knows? They may think that I'm not that serious because I didn't respond until Friday, as opposed to Wednesday, right after the email was sent. I'm not going to beat myself up. Things like that happen. And if I have the opportunity to interview, well, I'm going to give it my best shot, because I think this job is perfect. Beyond archiving those 3 jobs, I haven't done much by the way of looking for a job. I wanted to allow a little bit more time for the companies to contact me that I had already applied for, because I'm really bad. Well, I don't want to say I'm bad at interviewing, but I'll just say interviewing is not my strong suit. Let me see what happens with these 3 guys before I start to interview for other companies. I think that juggling multiple interviews would be a bit stressful for me. So, anywho, I'll be getting back at it this maybe this week. I'm gonna allow a couple more days to see if that company reaches back to me for an interview, and if I don't hear anything from them by Wednesday, I'm gonna go ahead and see what else is out there.